So today we're going to make a letter counter. First we'll start with a paragraph of text. So this is just a very famous Lorem Ipsum. In order to make it so that we can actually go on multiple different lines, let's use 3 of these on this side, and then go to the very end, and then use 3 on this side too. So Lorem Ipsum is basically just a really long filler text. You can look it up online, and it'll just give it to you straight up. So we got this paragraph, and now we want to check how many times does, let's say, L show up. Lowercase or uppercase, doesn't matter. All we need to know is how many times did L show up. So let's make this function, and let's call it counter. And it's going to take in our paragraph, and it's basically going to go for letter in paragraph. So this will just loop through every single letter in the paragraph. And all we got to do is say if letter is equal to, and then the certain letter that we have. But let's call this something else. Let's say check letter. And now, if it is equal to that, then we print yes. So now we have this function, and it just checks for how many times the letter shows up in that paragraph. And if we just say counter, and we put in our paragraph, and then we put in, let's check for the letter L. If we press F5, it's going to say yes a whole bunch of times. Not super useful, so let's instead take a new variable, let's call it x, and x equals 0. And we can make so every time we get a new letter, we add 1 to x. So x equals x plus 1, or x plus equals 1 is the same thing. And now we can return x, and we can print x. So now press F5, and it'll just say 21. So L shows up 21 times. However, that is just for lowercase l's. If we want it so that all L's work, including uppercase, we gotta say if letter dot lower. So that basically makes it so if it's lowercase, then it's lowercase, but if it's uppercase, it's now lowercase. So it's basically turning a big L into a little l. And little l's just stay little l's, so now we can just check for these letters. And just in case, we can also do check letter.lower. So if we put a big L in here, then it'll always check for little l's and it won't matter at all. So it doesn't matter what case you put it in, all it's checking for is the blank letter. So yeah, now if we run this, then we're going to get the right amount of numbers, which is 22 in total, rather than the 21 we got last time, because there's just one big L in here. And if I press Control F to see if I can find, and I press L, then it's going to say there are 29 references. There's a bunch over here, and if you just count this out, I'm sure you'd find that is giving us the right amount of L's. And if I got rid of all of this, just to make it way more clear what's happening, I just said let low, just 2 random letters, or 2 random words I mean, press F5, it's just going to say 2. That's all. So yeah, that's how you get a letter counter from a paragraph in Python. Thanks for watching.